One thing you're going to learn about this show is this dog likes to be between the two of us.
This is the real star of the show, everybody.
So, hey, one of the biggest things... Oh, God, quit licking my ear. It sounds so gross, and she has such butt breath. It's not even funny.
But she has to let me know all the time he belongs to her. And that is where her loyalties lie. Like, I used to worry, y'all, that he was secretly training her to just snap one day, and he would just be like, Kids Bop! And she would go crazy and start tearing shit apart and attack me. Like, she is that loyal to him. To where there have been times I walk in the room and she's in bed with him, and there's this low grumble from the bed, like, you're not getting in bed with us.
She'll stretch out over his side of the bed and be like,
Always.
What? She won't bite me.
Not him. She's bitten me. Like, she'll chew on me like I'm a rawhide, and then accidentally bite down a little bit too hard. With him, you would think she didn't have teeth. You would think that she had taken her dentures out and was gently gumming him because she wouldn't want to leave a little mark behind. And she also, if you can't tell by the look on her face, she thinks she's the most beautiful dog that God ever created.
She has discovered she's on camera, so she'll be staring at the camera the rest of the time.
Yeah, when she sees herself, she's just like, who is that gorgeous creature?
I know, right? So anyways, everyone they always ask, how did you two get together? Because I have this firm belief that to be in a really good relationship, you need to find someone who's really not like you. But most people I know, they find people who are like them and they're happy. I needed to find someone the exact opposite of me. And we found the opposite of each other.
We did, and I was looking for something similar. I wanted somebody who was unlike anybody I had been with before, but somebody who could make me laugh. That was always the most important thing, was I needed somebody who could make me laugh. And then I met this nut job.
I always looked at it like he just saw boring people before.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I have dated my share of boring people in the past.
So we met online on, what was it,
OkCupid.
Yeah.
And it was great. Like, he was the first person I met on OkCupid. The first date I went on OkCupid. Deactivated my account after our first date on OkCupid. And then my friends who had been the ones who told me to use OkCupid were like, wait, now what the fuck have we been doing wrong? I was like, I don't know. I just got lucky.
Yeah, well, you think it's lucky. Our first date was 6 hours. We were sitting there talking because I'm very open. I put everything on the table. I'm one of those crazy guys who sees the top 15 films you should never watch because they're so fucking disgusting. I watched all of them, including a Serbian film. And I had to describe to him, someone's resume has newborn porn noises as part of their credits from this movie.
Because of that awful movie he watched. And he's telling me all of this, and I'm thinking to myself, like, I am one of those people who intelligently sees that list, and I was like, guess what will not make it into my playlist? Everything on this list of things not to watch.
Y'all, that's an open challenge for me. Like, I will watch that stuff. And, like, I always love these dumb lists, like, oh, movies that were so horrifying people walked out of the theater. No, I've seen most of those movies. No one walked out of the theater. Nobody ever walks out of the theater. Like,
he is right about that. But you do somehow always find the lists that have that dark shit that the rest of the world was hoping nobody would ever film. And you watched it.
I did. And he was lucky I even stayed around because he stood outside the door wearing this god-awful fedora.
Not awful. Awesome fedora. Made me look cool. Covered up my bad hair day.
You went on a date with a bad hair day?
I always have bad hair days. So recently I discovered when I was getting my hair cut that I have like a vortex of hair. So the girl cutting my hair was like, well, you have a cowlick here, but then you have this weird pattern here and another pattern over here. So I've always got a bad hair day unless I put enough hair gel to withstand a bullet. My hair is going to do what it's going to do. So I put on this fedora. I look fly as fuck. I walk in thinking he doesn't have a chance. And then I saw his pretty blue eyes and I was like, I'm so fucked. I don't have a chance with this guy. And then he started staring at my hat and I was like, old friend, I don't want to have to break up with you, but if he don't like you, the hat might have to go. The hat still is here, by the way. The hat hangs by the front door.
I try to hide it.
He tries to hide it. I will find my hat and it will go back by the front door in case I decide to wear it again. FYI.
It's an ugly hat.
It is not an ugly hat.
It's an ugly hat. It's a neckbeard hat.
Oh. Oh, you motherfucker.
It is. I'm not gonna lie. It's a neckbeard hat.
It is not a neckbeard hat. It's a fedora, and it looks lovely.
When you go online and you see the neckbeards with the swords going, "Milady," they're wearing that hat.
Nobody goes looking for people online with swords saying "Milady." You just created that. That's something you've made up.
So, anyways, I played the game. I totally played the game. I did not text him or call him because I knew he'd be sitting by his phone.
And I was sitting there at work, working all day long, and like, why isn't he answering me? What did I do wrong? I know my friends at work were probably tired of me asking them, like, but what did I do wrong, y'all? Like, he hasn't. And one of my friends who was a girl was like, this is kind of what guys do sometimes, so maybe don't take it so seriously. Maybe he's just waiting. I was like, maybe, or what could it have been? And then when he finally texted, I was like, oh, okay, so he thinks he's funny. He thought it was cute. He thinks he's cuter than he really is.
No, see, it's true. I made him wait a while. I played that game.
And then we were together nonstop. He played that game, and then we had 10 dates in the first 3 weeks of
he remembers all the numbers and shit.
Yes.
I did not give it up easily.
No, you did not. But we did have, like, when I say 10 dates in 21 days, not exaggerating, in 3 weeks, just about every other day we saw each other because we couldn't be apart.
Well, he wanted more than just me sometimes, and I was like, no, I don't feel like it today.
Over here trying to pretend he was a nun.
I made it work for that shit too.
And he had a dog at the time who used to love to jump on the couch between us, and then she would shake her, like, move her butt to separate us and be like, leave room for Jesus, you two. Leave room for Jesus.
That was Gozer. She was a weenie Labrador mix. And
yeah, like she looked like a
weird
golden lab that someone has shortened and stretched.
Yeah, she was the Hulk. Like, this is a Haas dog. She was a Hulk dog.
And she did not like me. She did not like me.
Yes, we're talking about another dog. You can stop licking my face. Thank you.
She's just reminding you.
So then, we were out for a while. And, like, we had our ups and downs. Like, he got really mad that I didn't go to his 6th fucking birthday party.
It was not my 6th birthday party.
Yes, he had a week of birthday parties. And I went to the first ones that were important. And then I was supposed to have my son down and have a weekend, but my son didn't come down, and I had a house full of people, so I was like, I'm just going to hang out here.
And I was like, but my hag is having our joint birthday party, and your son didn't come. You could come to our party. And he didn't. And my hag even went so far as to make him bacon sushi. Because he doesn't eat raw fish, she went ahead and made him this barbecue deliciousness sushi.
We need to make that again.
I'm not making it. She can make it for you.
Yeah.
You didn't show up for the party.
You're still holding that fucking grudge?
Tardy to the party, don't get no treats.
It's been years. We can make that fucking bacon sushi again.
So he shows up, or I show up at his house all mad. And goes storming up the stairs with a baggie of this bacon sushi. And I came out and was like, so you can still have a party without me? And throw it across the room at him and turn to storm out. And then I stop and wait for him to come get me. Like, I'm trying to make a dramatic exit. And I was like, I don't want to leave just yet, though, because he hasn't said he's sorry. Like, I can't leave. On TV, the guys always chase after you. Not this motherfucker. Don't expect him to come chasing after you for shit.
You want to act dramatic? Your bitch ass is on your own.
So then I finally calmed myself down. I turned around, and like a Bond villain, he's sitting there in his chair, legs crossed. Only thing he's missing is a cat for him to be stroking, to be like, and what lesson did you learn, Mr. Bond? Like, I thought I was going to make a point. I didn't make shit of a point, evidently.
So, yeah, it's... That was about the time when I knew this was going to be like the forever thing. So I was talking to your sister, and I'd gotten a ring and everything, but the problem was we started really thinking alike. Like, we were getting each other the same type of gifts and everything, and then I'd like to come over and surprise him, like at Thanksgiving and shit. Like, just to come over to surprise him. We came over on 4th of July, and...
ruined my 4th of July.
Because... What did you say?
Okay, yeah, so people out there watching this, y'all can go ahead and help me out, because he forever has thought this was a good idea and cute, because I guess on sitcoms it works.
We're getting there.
We're not getting to that part. We're still in the beginning of the sitcom nonsense. It's the 4th of July, and I accidentally call Gavin my husband. It just slips out. And he flips his shit on me and is like, stop doing that. Stop calling me your husband. You're not my husband. We're not married. But you're giving everybody the wrong idea about us. So I quietly get up and go to my room and slam the door as loud as I possibly can.
Dramatically.
And lock it and sit there crying and crying and crying, which he thought was hysterical because it meant he threw me off the set. Does this sound funny to most people who are in love? How would you like it for the person you love to sit there on the 4th of July and make you cry just to throw you off the set?
I had to. He was getting too close. He's too fucking smart. And so one day, I woke up and was like, today's the day. Today's the day I'm going to ask. So, I'd already been trying to throw him off the set very non-professionally, I guess. And so, I told us today's day. She's like, okay. So I texted him, and I said, this is what I said. Come over after work, we need to talk.
And that's it. And that's it. And he sends me this shit at like 8:15 as I'm trying to get my workday started. And I don't know what to think of it. I don't know what to make of it. Again, I go to all my girls at work, all my guys at work, and nobody has any positivity for me on this one. They're like, that's usually, you know what that means. Like, you don't want to believe that's what it means, but you know what that means. I was like, oh, okay, so that's what it means. So I decided when work is over, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go handle shit, and I'm going to be calm. And instead, y'all, like, if this had been Love and Hip Hop, security would have been there standing between us. I walked into the room like, what? What do we got to talk about? What is there to talk about today?
I heard him coming in, so I staged myself. And I sat in the chair and just waited for him to come upstairs. And he comes upstairs, and he doesn't break eye contact. He's like this. And he sits down and goes, what?
Ready to go, y'all.
And so I look at him right there, and I was like, we've been seeing each other for a while, and we've had some good times, and, I just don't think us being boyfriends is working. Blood red. Like, if he were a cartoon character, you could see steam coming out of his ears, plotting his vengeance.
I was ready to pull my shoes off just in case they got in the way of me jumping across the room at you. You know I've watched enough shows. I see them take their shoes off. I know I got to take my shoes off too.
And he's looking at me like ready to explode. And I was like, I really think we should be husbands and get married. And I showed him the ring. White as a ghost. And sweat. Just sweat. And just this look in his eye like, you motherfucker.
Again, people watching. Yes, this might look cute when when Friends it happens on Friends and Chandler and Monica and shit.
Everybody loves what happens on TV. It happened in real life with us.
And it's not as cute in real life when you go through that roller coaster of emotions just to arrive at, oh, this is what I wanted. Because for a minute, you're at the top of the roller coaster looking down like, I fucked up. I made a mistake. I'm going to fall off, and that's the end of I survived the ride. Yes, thankfully, I accepted the ring graciously, and I didn't break his jaw for all the jokes he thought he was playing on me. There was nothing but love, and we have been happy, but there are times where I do remind him, just because they do it on television shows doesn't mean it's supposed to happen in real life.
But now you've got a badass story.
But just watch, y'all. One day, I'm gonna fuck with this old man, and I'm gonna set him up in a similar way.
Motherfucker, who looks older between the two of us?
You.
One with your gray hair and shit.
One day, I'm gonna set this motherfucker up, and instead of it being that cute sitcom type thing, you're gonna walk into like an arena from the challenge type situation. It's gonna be like, whoever walks out of here alive is the winner. Like, that's the kind of way we're gonna have our next conversation like that. You'll see.
I don't even know how an arena challenge would come about from a conversation.
You watch the challenge with me, fool.
What are you gonna do? Like, set up, hey, you want dinner? I want to play a game. Like, I'll play a game.
Oh, we'll see. You'll see. Remember, you're the one who talks about how smart I am all the time? It's not that hard to outsmart you, baby.
Fuck you.
I can do it.
So that's our sitcom story of how we got together. So now the world knows. You can laugh. Agree
all
with me.
of the men watching this, please do not torture your girlfriends to propose to them because you think it's cute.
They're men with women. They're already tortured by that woman's expectations.
I'm not even gonna say any of that shit. I ain't gonna go there because everybody's got their own shit in their relationships.
They do.
But I'm just saying, know your woman, because the wrong chick, like had someone done that to my sister, they could have gotten stabbed by accident. My sister and her G shit would not have put up with it. Although I will say she thought it was hysterical when he told her what happened and how I reacted. She's like, I knew that's how his dramatic ass was going to react, and she thought it was hilarious. Yeah, super cute.